What's up everyone and welcome to another Let's Max video. Titania Prime came with a second weapon, a long awaited Prime of the 10-0 shotgun, the Corinth. Now the Corinth was a weapon that we waited forever for and was released to much fanfare. So let's be honest, a Prime was always going to happen at some stage. So now it's here. What's changed between this and the original? Well, oddly, not as much as you'd think. Primary fire has no additional damage, no more crit. It has a tiny amount more status from 6 to 9% per pellet, and then some changes to the weapon itself. 4 times the magazine size, which is really good, but it's at the loss of the 1 shell at a time reload the original had, and it also has very slightly more fire rate over the original. The major changes, however, come to the secondary fire, a 5 times damage increase and a very slight range increase. It does have the same 90% fall off that the standard weapon does too, which means that you basically have to explode the grenade pretty much next to the enemies. Anything on the edge is going to take barely any damage. Then you take armor into account on top of that, and while it looks good, it's definitely not as effective as it sounds and is only really going to work on trash mobs. Which is why we're mainly going to be building around the primary fire and not the explosion. The build is going to buff the explosion, but that's more of a happy coincidence, happy side effect than anything else. Prime Point Blank for damage, Hell's Chamber for multi-shot, Blunderbuss for crit chance, Prime Ravage for crit damage, Vigilante Armaments for more multi-shot, and the chance to upgrade our crits. You can also replace Vigilante Armaments with Laser Sight for more crit chance, but I did find the armaments to be more effective. And then we're going to focus going with our viral slash combo with Frigid Blast and Malignant Force for the viral, as well as boosting each pellet's chance to proc up to 20%. And then we're going to have a Hunter Munitions to take advantage of the damage boost from viral. This at the same time is going to give us over 100% status on the secondary fire, which is allow us going to fire off a grenade and get an AoE viral proc. So while the damage does fall off at mid to high level, and it's a little bit inconsistent because of the damage fall off over the explosion, that little bit of quality of life does help a little bit. Now the Weapon XLS mod, we're going to be using Fatal Acceleration to help with the fall off on the primary fire, and it's going to give us some extra range. So that leads me on to what I think of the Corinth Prime. Is it much of an upgrade over the original, and is it worth the farm? And honestly, personally, meh? I don't really feel that it's worth it, to be honest. Primary fire is still the best fire mode on the weapon, and that's the area of the weapon that's got next to no buffs at all. Still has all the problems the original one has. It really needs to have punch through on that single shot due to the rubbish fire rate. The fire rate also really needs modding for. The 3-second reload feels like it takes forever too, which also really needs modding for. So that's already 3 quality of life mods that we've identified that it really needs. But of course, we can't actually have any useful mods in the list of Weapon Excellence mods, can we really? Naturally, all of this can be fixed with a Riven. Personally, I have a Riven that has crit chance, punch through and reload speed, so that feels a lot better, and makes the weapon feel a lot better. I'd recommend having a Riven with at least one of the 3 stats I mentioned before on, though, to fix at least some of the weapon's faults. Alongside damage, crit chance, crit damage, multi-shot, flight speed, you can get a fairly decent Riven for this, and it does make the weapon feel a lot better. But since we're only modding around the primary fire anyway, is the Prime even much of an upgrade? Well, yes, but barely. The increased magazine and fire rate does mean that its DPS output is slightly better, and the slight increase in status means it does perform at slightly higher levels. But it's by no means a drop everything and Forma it now weapon, not by a long shot, especially if you have the original. I mean, I dropped the gunner test down to 120 as you can see, and it doesn't kill this level particularly well, to be perfectly honest. Personally, I've got my Forma on it, and for me, it's a Forma it and forget it weapon. Warframe has always rewarded killing efficiently and killing quickly. And since the primary fire kills so slowly, fires so slowly, the grenade is rather inconsistent, especially in anything other than the simulacrum. It doesn't kill that efficiently at all. Didn't really enjoy playing with this that much at all, to be honest, and once the video's done, doubt I'm really going to play it again for quite some time. However, if you enjoyed the original, you're probably going to enjoy this too. It does look cool, does sound amazing. I just don't find that it plays very well at all, and I don't really think it's a worth the upgrade over the original. Maybe your thoughts on it are different. Maybe I'm missing something that takes it to the next level. Feel free to let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on the Corinth Prime though. Thank you all so much for watching. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, sub for more Warframe content, and I shall catch you in the next one.